The DC Universe movies line has slowly been working its way through the Batman canon. With the release of Batman The Long Halloween Part 1, another seminal Batman tale is finally crossed off the list. More importantly, this movie does that story justice in the process.
Alfred, make a note to order a new windshield. Bulletproof.
Of course, sir, but if I may...
Similar to the Dark Knight Returns movies, The Long Halloween is being split into two parts. It's hard to imagine the source material, a year-long murder mystery centered around a rookie Batman, Captain Jim Gordon, District Attorney Harvey Dent, and the Falcone crime family, being squeezed into a lone 80-minute adaptation, so the two-part approach is definitely warranted. That duology format gives this mystery the room it needs to breathe, and allows the film to introduce and flesh out all the key characters. In some cases, the movie actually does a better job of developing the supporting cast than the source material. Part 1 even manages to find a natural ending point in the midst of this larger serialized storyline. The only real complaint to level at the movie's handling of the source material is that it's not always immediately clear when the narrative jumps ahead from one holiday to the next. The film could really use some clear-cut chapter breaks. The Long Halloween also strikes a delicate balance between remaining faithful to that source material while still blazing its own trail. Many shots, lines, and scenes are lifted straight out of the graphic novel, while others are condensed or expanded. Fans of the comic may think they know where this mystery is heading, but if 2019's Batman Hush is any indication, there's no guarantee the mysterious holiday killer is who and what they appear. Supernatural star Jensen Ackles proves to be a strong choice to voice Batman. Ackles' Batman is scary while still having a youthful aura about him, perfect for a Dark Knight at this early stage of his career. While Ackles doesn't necessarily do enough to differentiate his Bruce Wayne voice from his Batman voice, the story doesn't provide much opportunity for Bruce's playboy billionaire side to emerge.
Right now, the only difference between you and me is that I know what's down here.
Josh Duhamel's Harvey Dent is another standout, and does a great job of conveying the madness slowly growing within Gotham's favorite son. David Dastmalchian also impresses in his one scene as Calendar Man, while Troy Baker is as reliable as ever in delivering a very Mark Hamill-inspired take on the Clown Prince of Crime. Visually, The Long Halloween features the same animation style employed on both Superman Man of Tomorrow and Justice Society World War II. While the characters themselves don't do enough to recreate the stylized, haunting look of Tim Sale's artwork, on the whole, The Long Halloween excels at recreating the comic booky, thick-line style of its predecessors, while injecting its own Batman flavor into the mix. Fans of Batman the Animated Series will love this rendition of Gotham, a seedy town where Art Deco meets mid-century modern, and the sun never ever comes out. The Long Halloween looks as though it could be taking place at any point between 1945 and 1995, and that's a big part of its appeal.
This is your place. Give him to me and I'll make sure he never sets foot down here again.
Batman The Long Halloween Part 1 may not quite meet the high standard of Justice Society World War II, but it's a well-crafted addition to the revamped DC Universe movies line. It faithfully adapts the comic book source material, while still veering in its own direction at times. It's difficult to imagine this adaptation working nearly as well if Warner Bros. Animation had tried to cram the entirety of The Long Halloween into one movie. With any luck, Part 2 will be just as successful. For more movie reviews, be sure to keep it locked on IGN.
Why are you running?
You could use a little fun.